What's happening? It's your boy Trey Swish back at it again with another video, and today we're talking about GamerGate. Actually, no. Sorry. It's not GamerGate now. It's apparently called GoonerGate. Explained by Smash JT. Hopefully, Smash JT's not getting smashed too hard. But let's check it out, guys.
A new challenger has appeared in the ongoing GamerGate war, and that is religion. Now it is GoonerGate. And
religion.
What's transpiring right now is the expected outcome from getting so many wins. And
hey, yo, what the fuck? What game is this? What the fuck is this in development footage? Hold on 1 second. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
And what's transpiring right now is the expected outcome from getting so many
I thought the mask, I thought we were talking about Apex for a second, but god damn,
wins and having the gamers take back games
snowman?
And seeing the other side all but completely disappear because they had no leg to stand on. Now it turns into
hello, Smash JT.
Infighting, because that's the next step in the evolution. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And we all should have seen this coming from a mile away, where people who are on the, we'll just say...
You know what, I think it's crazy, and I'm going to let him finish his point, right? But it's crazy with gaming, and this is with any industry, really, when you enjoy something, when it comes to entertainment, and I guess really any industry in general. But people just like to draw, like, lines in the sand anywhere and everywhere. There's politics at work, there's politics in the gaming, like... Oh, you like Nintendo, I like Xbox, or I like PlayStation. Like the Pony and Xbox thing, I never really got that at all. Who gives a fuck at the end of the day if you're playing, like, we just want to play good games. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all beefing over fucking consoles? And then the PC guys are over here like, we're superior. And the motherfuckers got PCs that are from fucking 2014, bro. It's crazy to me. I don't get it. There's lines drawn in the sand everywhere. Why can't we all just sing Kumbaya and be friends? Why you gotta hate on the Kirby women? You hate on the curvy women, and then people are gonna hate on the men that think they're women. It's a nonsense. It's a circle that keeps on going around.
Religious side of things.
Okay, here we go.
Are seeing this moment as their opportunity to pounce for censorship.
Oh, I did see this. Yeah, I saw this.
And while I'm not somebody that's ever gonna tell people how they should act and what they should believe in and what they do believe in is wrong or right. I really don't care about that kind of stuff. What you believe in is up to you.
Yep.
But don't use your beliefs to come and police and censor me. JT. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out SmashJT.com for the full article breaking down GoonerGate and giving the full explanation, at least up to this point, as to what's transpired and how we've gotten here.
So, from my understanding, I thought GamerGate never ended, but then people just started saying it was GamerGate 2. And now it's GoonerGate. Interesting. Gooners have been popping off on Twitter lately, and that term is very, very heavily used nowadays. It was a lot back in the day, but it was more of a niche thing, like people that are always online type deal, you know. But now it's like parents know the term. It's wild.
Those of us buried in the sands of internet time know that the gaming industry is no stranger to cultural battles. And for years now, the community has fought back hard to preserve the creative freedom that made gaming a groundbreaking, artistic, and entertaining medium. But just when you thought the tide had turned and woke games that were pushing ideologies taking massive loss after massive loss,
they're going to keep on continuing to have massive losses after massive losses. You see a lot of these companies, and it's come to my realization that a lot of these companies are not ran by the developers that were developing the games that we love. They've left, and they're on to bigger and brighter things. Like, I knew this already with some of my favorite games, but now that I'm seeing the pattern happen everywhere, I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't just about Halo anymore. This is fucking everywhere. It's a tech thing, which it completely makes sense. It's the video game industry in large, who they're hiring, who's entering the field. And that's why you see such a sharp contrast from the games that people like and the games that have a lot of money backing them, but people don't really fuck with them, right? There's a lot of those coming out. Concord is obviously the biggest and the baddest of all time. But I'm sure there's a couple more Concords that are in the works, right? We're going to continue to see this. The cycle is not going to end until probably another 5 years or so. And we're going to have a fucking golden era where people are back to normal, right? It's a weird thing that really started at 2020. A lot of overreactions happened. A lot of overhiring happened. So yeah, the well has been tainted.
Gamers rallied together to celebrate the freedom of choice in gaming. When woke games pushing ideologies took massive loss after massive loss, and gamers rallied together to celebrate freedom of choice in gaming, a seemingly new faction emerged to try to take the reins of control. The religious side, determined to play moral arbiter over what the community should and should not be allowed to enjoy. And this is a very nuanced take here because
this has been happening for years, though. This happens with mothers, right, and fathers that don't allow their children to play certain games. I wasn't allowed to play Halo until I went to my cousin's house and I played it all day, and they realized, oh, this kid loves Halo, right? I wasn't allowed to play GTA until I had bought it myself. There's certain, and my parents were Christian, great people, and they're just looking out for me, right? They were doing what they thought was best. This has been happening for a very long. So I'm very interested in where he's going with this. If this is more like an industry thing, or if this is more of a vocal minority in the space somehow. And I'm sure that they're actually not really in the gaming space, right? They're projecting onto an industry, a space that they're not even familiar with. Like, what?
It's not so cut and dry. As far as where I'm standing in all of this, I grew up extremely religious, Roman Catholic family, full disclosure. I went to a Catholic high school, Catholic college. I know all this stuff, and it was pretty indoctrinated in me. But as far as me, I've kind of taken a big step back from all of that personally, but I respect and understand the people that do believe.
I have a similar situation with him. I actually did go to a Christian college, now that I think about it. Went there for 1 year. That was it, and I dropped out. Went to a fucking community college, which I wanted to do originally. But my parents pushed me to go to the Christian college, right? A lot of money went down the drain for that, but it was a cool experience, I guess. But nevertheless, yeah, I can relate to him. I'm not like a practicing Christian, right? I don't go to church like I used to at all. But at the end of the day, for me, you probably don't even care about this mumbo jumbo. You want to think about gaming, talk about gaming. I just want to give you like kind of a perspective where I'm coming from. Still believe in it, right? And I consider it not practicing, but you practice it every day. And in my opinion, the church isn't a building you go to. It's the people you gather with, right? So that's how I see it. It's a different perspective, I guess. So just FYI, if any of my friends and folks are in that community and they're just wondering, now you know.
In it strongly, and for them, I'm happy for you, and I'm proud of you. But stay away from my games. Yeah. The latest controversy centers around a content creator specifically by the name of Dread Roberts, aka Sickly the Ninja on X. And his critiques I've typically always respected ever since I first heard of him a few months ago. Okay. And he's seemingly gone off the deep end with a wild take here. It all started when Pirate Nation shared a GIF of Haley from the game The First Descendant showing off her, well, scantily clad.
God damn, bro, this UI is crazy, man. That's crazy. That's an interesting UI.
Figure, we'll just say, with
and she got a ray gun
animations. And Pirate Nation simply captioned it, "Is this what gamers want?" And honestly, a fair question on the surface, at least I thought.
I'll answer that real quickly. I think yes, but the reason gamers want this is because the gaming industry has gone in such a opposite direction that it's more of a overreaction going to the extreme and over sexualization of characters. I really think if that extreme never happened in the other direction, the extreme in the direction of over sexualization would have never happened in general. It's a pendulum. It swings back and forth. This shit happens in life everywhere.
I didn't really see it devolving into what it did, but again, right here is the opportunity that people on the heavily religious side took to try to take control of the situation. They saw that the other side, the woke side, had been losing so bad that this was an opportunity to take full control, to seize it, and tell people they are the moral arbiters of truth and what direction the game industry should be going. And historically, in my humble opinion, having religion control anything is not a great idea.
No,
Things
it's
quickly
not.
spiraled when John F. Trent, Melanie Mack, and Dred Roberts, among many other creators that I get along with typically, I know they're strongly religious, and again, I
Wait, oh my god. What is this, 2008? Golly.
respect their ability to practice and care and believe about what they ever
Bro, I haven't seen people beef on social media about religion. Well, I don't get on Facebook anymore, so there's probably a lot of moms. The reason I got off of Facebook was because of all my friends that had moms. If they added me, which I don't know why I would have added them in the first place, but I did. And then they would write books and books. Their own fucking 10 Commandments, bro. But the 10 Harry Potter chapters, bro. It was fucking massive, bro. I had to get out of there because I was like, oh, because you just like, you see a paragraph and you're like, oh, she going off, and you click it and you see that motherfucker go down for miles. Like when you don't see the text at the end of the screen, you're like, wait, there's more, and you just keep scrolling. It's wild, bro. Facebook moms go wild.
want to believe in.
But I don't see this on Twitter, bro.
That's not the point of this. But when you start pushing that as the moral arbiter of truth and telling people how they should think, how they should act, and what the game should and shouldn't have in them based off of your ideologies, you're no better than the other side. Dred Roberts responded to Pirate Nation saying, any person with a modicum of decency would say no. This is not where the future of gaming should be headed. The constant promotion of half-naked women as the greener side of gaming is getting ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, are you on Instagram, Mr. Dred Roberts? Because if you're on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen a couple things like this on there as well. It is what it is, bro. It is what they got. They got an OnlyFans creator over here making $42 million a year, more than fucking NBA players, bro. It's the times, wild times, bro. We live in wild times.
And I'm beginning to think that these people who say they want to save gaming don't actually want to save it. So many claim to care about morals and the future generations and not giving even an inch of progress to devs who push woke ideology or whatever else. But then they'll turn around and tell young men and women to support titles that throw this stuff in your face. And I gotta stop there and just say, who's saying that? I'm just saying that we should support developers' ability to create what they want. And let the market decide. Let the gamers purchase the games they want.
Agreed.
And let the open market, the freedom of choice, take precedent in all of
Free Pal World, baby.
this.
Free 'em.
Most of what I've seen for months now from these accounts are butt cheeks and cleavage. Seriously, how is this making gaming better? All we're doing is pushing normies in the same direction, but on a parallel track. People may argue, we just want to push back on the ugly women agenda. Just
exactly. No, it's 100% what it is.
Trying to make a point to the lefty weirdos. Okay, so where do we draw the line then? Because there doesn't appear to be one. Which it kind of feels like a straw man argument there, because I'm not saying a girl has to be hot in order to buy the game. I'm just saying it would be nice if the girl started to look at least mildly attractive and somewhat like an actual woman in these.
I agree with him. To talk about where we draw a line, and I'll be straight up frank, whatever is allowed in a rated M game, that's where you draw the line. Because at the end of the day, if you get too excessive with it, it's not, you can't have the game come out anymore. So obviously that's where you draw the line, because that's where it's already been set. Which I don't really know how they rate games exactly, and what makes it like a rated M game, and what you're not allowed to have. I'm sure it's like, corn, replace the C with the P. Type deal. I don't know exactly where they would draw the line, but that's where I would say it. But that's kind of irresponsible of me, because I don't know exactly where that line is already drawn in the industry.
Games, and we could partake in the fantasies of playing these games as escapism, which is what video games always have been. That is why I say,
bro, wait till GTA 6 comes out. These dudes are gonna flip shit.
We need real adults with real ambitions, aspirations, and a mature outlook on the future to lead the charge in this industry. People who have their priorities straight and their arousal in check. And this in itself, there's not really any religion in this, but holy crap, there's a lot of undertones in religion from it, which I could extract from it, saying that most likely there's something going on with Dread Roberts and religion here. It's things like this I've learned over the years covering the video game industry that you start to see patterns. You recognize them right away. And of course, doing some very quick surface level research,
I'm sorry, if you drop a fucking... And I'm a Christian, bro. I don't have any problem with any people being religious or anything like that. You could be fucking anything you want. You can make up your own fucking religion. If you're cool and we vibe, I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't, bro. But dude, the shit that pisses me off, and it pissed me off when I was in fucking church too, like in high school and I would go there all the time. When someone fucking quotes a Bible verse and just throws that at you to like demean you, fuck you. You're being a fucking asshole for no fucking reason, right? It's so fucking annoying. It's obnoxious. It's this ego thing. They think they're better than you because they fucking read a book. And half of them, no, not even half. Probably fucking 95% of those people look up a certain situation on Google and say, give me a fucking Bible verse. A lot of them do have shit memorized. But a lot of them are full of shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's fucking annoying. And I'm speaking from experience because I've seen this happen in person, and it was hilarious. Like, we tell them to quote it, and they don't even know what they're fucking talking about. They're just like trying to get out of the situation. These compulsive liars, bro, that repeat shit over and over and over again. It's fucking hilarious, bro. People just want to be better than people, bro. It's fucking annoying.
Find that, yes, of course, Dread Roberts is just like everyone else falling into this religious zealot category that push their ideologies on people to make them feel the way they do. When you start saying that people need to have their priorities straight and their arousal in check, I don't know. That's kind of like something that a religious zealot would say when they're trying to keep people in a position to say, you're not allowed to be excited about an attractive girl in a video game. To which, again, I would say, why do you care? Why are you trying to please? What?
They care because they can't do it. It's called jealousy, which is a sin.
People are interested in buying and playing. And if they're not, okay, the market has decided that that's not what they're buying and playing. But as we're seeing right now, it kind of is. I responded with, when you are becoming exactly what you're fighting against.
We can see this with Marvel Rivals. Do I gotta say it, bro? They knew what they were doing.
You are no better than those you're trying to stop. And he responded with a very bizarre personal attack on my family and a justification for moral high ground. I'm not really sure what he was trying to get at with this, but let me just read it to you. And like,
when people get into fights and they try to keep a moral high ground, it's actually kind of fucking funny. When you look back at it, it's like, what? Wait, how they insult you? They brought your family into this? How'd this start? Oh, sexy women in video games? Jesus.
You decide here. Smash, who is apparently a married man with children of his own, seems to think that another married man with children of his own setting boundaries and having morals and values.
Bro, he's making it weird. He's making it so weird. And I'm sorry, I brought so many of my friends to church. So fucking many. Dude, I brought the fucking entire football team practically. Literally. We would go in the morning. It doesn't even fucking matter. But so many of my friends, and I would talk to them, I'd be like, did you enjoy it? And a lot of them were religious already, right? But a lot of them do not like the experience because they feel weird, they feel out of place, they feel like there's a weird vibe with a lot of the people that go to church. And it's shit like this, bro. And you've seen this, and I'm not trying to call it the Catholic Church, but they're notorious for it, bro. They are notorious. There is dark shit that happens in religious places because religion and cults are very similar in ways, right? I'm not saying they are. There's similarities, right? And fandoms are the same way. Like, look at fucking Star Wars. Like, they're
is becoming exactly what you're fighting against. Hilarious. I've been fighting against DEI relentlessly and was one of the very first people to defend him when Mercante was going after his wife. Oh well, lesson learned, I guess,
God.
with the skull face and like, well, what, now,
We were attacking DEI together, but this, I stand my ground on sexy women. You must not have them, you perv, you gooner.
because I question you, you're saying you shouldn't have defended me when she came after my wife? How are you making that correlation? What? We're trying to have a conversation here. Also, are you trying to say you're the moral arbiter of truth and the adult in the room?
Sorry.
And then acting like this? Incredibly, how my call for not taking things to extreme just to own the other side has shaken people to the core so hard that their brains have snapped in two. It's hard to believe, really. But what you don't understand here, Dread Roberts, in
What do you
two.
say? When you're becoming exactly what you're...
It's hard to believe, really. What should be made and what the games should include and what they shouldn't is a form of censorship. I know you didn't necessarily say the word, you want things censored, but you're directing the industry in a way using your beliefs and your moral high ground to say, this is what the games should be, so that they don't go to the extremes of what they've been headed.
This is the same problem that AI has. There's lines in sand. There's like a doctrine that people are trying to push a ideology, and it's interesting. My buddy, because I reached out to this guy that is a writer and he's experienced, and I asked him for tips because I have had fucking block, and I told him, I explained to him that I've been YouTubing a lot, so I didn't have much free time. And he said, just play around with AI, and just, read your story to it, and maybe, they can give you ideas of where to go with it, because he didn't have fucking time to sit and read the fucking, practically half a book, half a Harry Potter book that I've fucking written, but, so I did that, and literally, there's like certain words that you can't even say, and it won't even talk about it. It was so fucking weird. It was like the most random words, like anything that you could consider slang to be sexualized. I'm trying to think. Like if a character was soaking wet and like they just got into a pool or something, and you were trying to describe their appearance in the section, they would literally like freak the fuck out. It was like, oh no, that is over sexualization. It's like, no, a character just got out of a lake. It was fucking weird, bro. It's fucking weird. Just random shit, bro. These lines in the sand that people try to draw, and that line doesn't stay there. The problem with the line is they push it and they push it and they push it as much as they allow you to. And if you don't vocalize your opinion, which thank God we can do that in America, or if you don't protest or whatever you might do, dude, they're gonna keep pushing that shit down your throat.
Which is, I gotta be honest, that's censorship. And why did you bring my family into this? That's so weird. That's what the other side does.
Especially your kids.
It's just, I don't know. That's really strange to even go there, but whatever. I said, weird take, but whatever. In my humble opinion, gaming is not about morals and setting boundaries. It's about escapism and enjoyment. If a game comes out that isn't for you, don't support it. That's your right as a customer. What you are doing here with this stance is purposefully antagonizing people fighting against censorship for a reaction. I will always call for less regulation in an artistic space, not more. Telling developers how they should be able to make a game and how they shouldn't makes you no better than the challenges we are facing right now. And I stand by that statement. I don't feel like I'm being aggressive and rude. I'm just saying, hey bro, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to take control of the direction the game industry should go, and all I'm saying is take your hands off the wheel and let the game industry drive itself. That's where the best games always come from.
And it always happens because the customers they vote for with their wallets, and fucking people listen. That's what fucking happens, bro. It's annoying that this isn't even like, this should be common knowledge.
Dread Roberts continued talking to other people, talking about how they're drawing lines about posting constant nudity and how this is something that shouldn't be a part of the games, and they are drawing lines there, and it's not censorship because it's just Gooners going too far and they want to stop that. And I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to figure out where this squiggly line gets drawn. I wrote, Curious about these squiggly lines of morality you keep drawing here. How do you feel about horror games with chainsaws and gore, or first-person shooters with piles of bodies being stacked up? Apparently those are cool with your adult beliefs, but hot girls, get them out! I'm desperately trying to keep up with the lack of logic and moral grandstanding, but you're losing me. He's going...
Dude, it is really interesting now that I think about it, like, the amount of gore that is allowed in games, and then, like, people freak out about, like, sexuality completely. And you would think in your mind, like, especially with, like, the mass shootings and shit that's been happening lately, you would think that people would be more against, like, that than sexual... it breaks my brain thinking about this shit. It's so backwards. And who gives a fuck? It's art at the end of the day. It is fucking art. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Game is a fucking form of art. It really is. And people don't treat it like it is, and it pisses me the fuck off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can't fucking limit art, bro. It's
out of his way to ignore the criticism of his language choice, and it's really obnoxious. He can dislike something, but using morality language and trying to speak for more than himself based on an arbitrary moral appointment to try to shield himself from disagreement is where people are upset. Otherwise, perhaps I'll use his language against him and call him indecent for liking games depicting...
This man's not helping himself with the... Oh my god. Oh my god.
murder. How are those
the B-roll
okay?
is crazy.
Why are we saying, oh, you can't goon over hot girls, but bring me all the Resident Evils in the world, and let's get some chainsaws and cut people in half all the time, because that's totally fine with my moral code. It's like... oh,
that sounds like the religious people from the Purge movies I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Like...
okay, so now everyone else has to just be on board with what's okay with you and what's not, and how far you're allowed to go with this stuff. How about, I know, crazy idea here, and I hate to say this because I'm not a big fan of the ESRB, but how about we just allow the ESRB
that's the rating system I was talking about.
Control and allowing these games to be rated naturally, and let the community decide what they want to purchase based off the ratings and what the games have. And if there's a million games out there that are just hot girl after hot girl going further and further and further, the ESRB is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger depending on how far they go down the line with that. And then you also have the topic of too many games that are too samey, and then people start getting sick of that. So naturally the game industry will course correct. Stop trying to place your morals and ethics on what games are being made so that you can control how the game industry moves forward.
He's exactly right, bro. That is a crazy pause, bro. But he's exactly right. If it's overdone, people are gonna get tired of it and they're gonna want something new. And that's what I like about the gaming industry, right? It ebb and flows depending on the actual gamers themselves that's making money. Like look at fucking Fortnite. People have been trying to capture lightning in a bottle a second time. So many people try, so many people fail. Live service is still pushing on strong. Marvel Rivals seems to be a lot of fun right now. We'll see where we're sitting, you know, and like give it a year, right? Give it 2, give it 5, whatever it might be. But yeah, it ebb and flows.
Most ironic and troubling part of this debacle is how it mirrors the exact tactics that ideological factions that gamers have spent years fighting against continue to use. Now that we're winning the cultural war against censorship, another faction emerges: religion, seeking to replace one form of control with another. And yes, I would argue it's definitely better, but still not great, and still not ideal. And that's where I kind of have to draw the line and say, yeah, I understand that religion at least has morals and ethics and a direction, but not everyone agrees with them.
No.
Especially some of the interesting, more Puritan versions of the religious stuff. So it's...
Yeah, 100%. And we also live in games aren't just for... it's not just for America. It's not just for the Middle East. It's not just for China. It's for... Gaming is worldwide. It's a beautiful art form that everybody enjoys around the world. Not everybody, but a lot of people. A lot of different type of people. Gaming unites a lot of different people. And that's what I love about gaming. And it's also a reason I hate this whole woke agenda to be inclusive and DEI and stuff like that. I feel like it's been inclusive so long. It really has. And when they don't try to force it and it naturally happens, it's so fucking good. And also, dude, Halo 3 connected to me to so many of my friends, so many different fucking races and different states, different countries, bro. It was fucking amazing, bro. That and Halo Reach, called Modern Warfare 2 did it as well. Those games were way ahead of their time. They just were. And I talk about this all the time because those are the glory days for me. But back then, those, like, the people that were talking and like matchmaking, like in the lobby and shit, it would get ruthless. There was fucking racists. There was fucking random people that would pop in and shit, and people would be assholes and shit. But there was a lot of good memories, a lot of new friends that we made along the way. And it was beautiful, man. And we didn't have to have these fucking guidelines. Like, nowadays, Call of Duty doesn't even have a fucking lobby system. Think about that. You can't join matchmaking and be in a fucking lobby. You constantly find new games. That pisses me off, because one of the best things from Call of Duty, and this is so random, this is kind of off topic, I'm sorry, but one of the best things from Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare 2, was when you found a good lobby. Because sometimes you find people that are fucking crazy good, and you're like, fuck this, I gotta leave this lobby and find a new one. And then you would be crazy good. And then you would find people that are really chill. And it was just, oh shit, we have a gym right here. We're not leaving, we're playing as long as possible. It was, I don't know why they took that away. I really don't.
Almost better just to take a big step back from all of this. Understand that you have your own personal bias. You have your own beliefs and religions. Great. Everyone does. Some people don't believe in anything. Nihilism. Okay. No one really cares, because what it comes down to in a free and open market is buying the best games that fit what you want to play. And
that's not necessarily always true, because there's also a lot of big companies that buy out other companies. And it's getting to a point where the games that are coming out that are big AAA games, it's more relevant than ever. A lot of them are disasters, and we're seeing that happen, which is bad for the gaming industry as a whole, because these are supposed to be the blockbuster movies, and that's just bad for gaming in general, because then there's not a new crop of gamers. Like, you're gonna have more gamers every year, but when the industry is at its height, it's going to create new waves in the industry. It's going to grow it more, gain more respect. More money will be pumped into it. But when you have shit fail because it gets bought up, yeah. So people do vote with their wallets, but it's not as simple as just that.
As gamers, you have that choice to support the developers that are making great games. And at the end of the day, that's really all I care about and what I stand for. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you want more information, check out smashjt.com. It's a much more exhaustive article with even more screenshots and other comments, because holy crap.
Also, oh goodness, he's right. Okay, I don't know these fuckers. I don't have anything against y'all. Twitter is a place where people just tweet. In high school, I would just tweet the most random shit, whatever just I thought at the time. I was so reactionary. Which is funny, I'm doing reaction content now. But this is more long format, right? Twitter is just like a simple tweet. Even one of my favorite people in the world, my cousin, told me, he was like, dude, if I look at your tweets, it doesn't seem like you at all. So I just literally don't tweet much at all anymore, because I feel like I'm so reactionary on Twitter. I'll tweet something and then I'll draft it. I have so many fucking drafts. And I just stopped growing like 3 years ago on Twitter, because I could not. There's just so much bullshit out there that will like just rage bait you and shit like that. So he could have been rage baited. I don't know. He could have been going through some shit. Who the fuck knows, man? So I don't give a fuck about anyone in this fucking argument. So this is just a great example of what could be happening. I don't know if exactly this is on a big scale. This seems more personal to him. It's kind of weird that I'm reacting to it, but it is a good example of the different side of trying to tailor certain content in the industry, right? We've seen it a lot with the woke agenda. The religious agenda, I feel like, hasn't been very vocal much at all lately when it comes to gaming. I haven't heard any stories like this in a long time. There used to be a lot when I was in high school, a lot, especially with GTA 5, Modern Warfare 2, a lot of this stuff, man. But yeah, it's kind of died down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. But like remember the Modern Warfare 2 mission where you like shot up a whole airport? Like, bro, the news went crazy on that shit. Was it No Russian? Wild times. So yeah, great video, man. Cool perspective. Love that I saw this video. I'll probably check out a couple more of Smash JT's videos. Go give him a sub if you like him. Shout out to him again, man. Great video, man. Let's look at the comment section though. So men, especially gamer men, like attractive women. It's not a crazy conspiracy. It's called being normal. Yeah, exactly. What I like to say to my fiance and her friends that are women as well, because I don't know how, but the topic of Stellar Blade came up because one of her friends, buddies, boyfriend played Stellar Blade, and we were talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, you like that game too?" And I was explaining to them, it's eye candy. It is just simply eye candy. It makes the game a little bit more. It's more entertaining. That's all it is. Like if they had a badass guy as the main character, it still would be a fun ass game. It would. It is what it is, man. Normal hetero men expressing their sexuality is now controversial. We live in a bizarre world. Priest, rather than worry about art, worry about child gambling in games. There's a lot of shit to worry about in the world. Not just child gambling, but that is a big one. There's a whole lot in the world to be worried about. I think video games is probably one of the last things. Especially when you're not in the space of video games. Like if you're not a fucking gamer, get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to hear your fucking 2 cents. I really don't. Now this guy obviously is a gamer. He's talking about DEI and shit like that. It's interesting because where he's coming from does seem very hypocritical when he's trying to gaslight. God, it's all over the place. It's fucking weird, man. Fucking weird. This is, I don't know. I enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation on GoonerGate. It's a very, very catchy title. That's why it popped up in my algorithm and I saw it. I was like, ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, man, I don't know where to go from here. I've talked about a lot, to be honest. So shout out to everybody that's watching this video, man. Shout out to the Ether, dude. We keep on pushing on. We're gonna keep on growing, bro. Make sure you hit that sub button. If you're not subbed already, it's just easy as a little click, and it can help me get to that 1K subscribers. Ooh, baby, we're coming. We're coming hot. And yeah, dude, if there's anything else you want me to talk about in general, comment down below. Would love to hear your insight on what's popping, what you're thinking about. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna talk about what I like. So yeah, like that video, subscribe, join the Ether. Thank you for watching the Ether. My name's Trey Swish. There's a couple more videos popping up by my face. Should probably click on one of those. And if, dude, I talk about so many different topics. Just check out the YouTube channel. You can find something that you like. I promise you. I'm hoping you like the content. I'm honestly, I don't know how I got myself into this situation. I really don't, because I tried YouTube a long time ago. And maybe it was life that got my way. I don't know. But dude, I fucking love making these videos. I really do. I really do. Man, this is awesome. So yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one, dude. Deuces. And stay sane. Don't let them fuck up your fun.